Well, guys, I just did an absolutely fantastic introduction, which you've all missed out on, I'm afraid. Have you got pictures now? I'm guessing you can see me now. I'm wondering how far back you are. Am I stood here with a bottle of beer? That's not embarrassing at all, is it? I'll tell you what, I did a cracking introduction, and thanking Brian, who I managed to buy this off on eBay. What's horrible? Am I sounding terrible? Or is it just Douglas? You always seem to have trouble with the sound. How's the sound and vision, guys? Is it okay? Yeah, there is a message on my screen that says something about audio bit rate, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, the story behind this is I won an eBay auction last week for a bit of kit. I turned up at Brian's door in Peterborough, and Brian let me in. He bought me a coffee. He took me into his workshop. He showed me what I'd come up to buy, and I was excited about that. And then he said, "And what do you want to do about all these other boxes?" And I said, "Well, I've just come up for one thing." I thought, and he said, "Well," he says, "I'm never going to turn wood again." He says, "I've got a model railway in my shed, which I'd like to focus some time and attention on. I've got my metalwork lathe, and yeah, I'm not going to need any of this other stuff." And I said, "Oh, what is it?" He said, "Oh, there's bits of wood and other bits and bobs and stuff that I've got in boxes that I don't really know what's in there, but I think it's this." So basically, I did the right thing, and I took it off his hands and helped him to tidy up his workshop. And now it's all arrived in my workshop. I just haven't had the time since Friday to check it all out and have a look. So there's some interestingly labelled boxes, which I haven't got a box like this yet, but you know, turning miscellaneous. You know, I had this open a minute ago because I'd already started, so I actually know what's on the top of this box now. I've got that. I got this box, which is full of all sorts of blanks and stuff. So we'll have a look in there. I've got some books. I've got some nice wood. I've got some boxwood. So should we just get on with it and start mucking around? Because it's getting late, isn't it? 9:30, and I've not helped by wittering onto myself for 10 or which one, Rob? Which one are you looking at? This one? Oh, this one or this one? Well, he actually told me what that was, so we could dive into a small box of wood first before we go into something else. So let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to try and not fall over. Wouldn't it be sod's law if I injured myself in my workshop and I haven't even got any tools switched on? Oh, this one. So this, he said to me, he said, you won't want this, he said. He said, you won't want this, it's cracked. It's cracked, he said. That's all right, it looks like a piece of yew to me. Looks like a yew crotch to me. And he said, yeah, I think it is. And I said, well, I said, I'll definitely take that. I said, how much do you want for it? He said, oh, nothing. He said, I'm going to give you a few things that I've got. So yeah, I mean, it's split to about here, about an inch down here and about an inch there, but it's sealed at both ends. It's sealed at both ends, so yeah, I think that's a piece of yew, and I'm going to look forward to turning that. I don't know. You think it's laburnum, Tommy? It could well be laburnum, because I got from him a piece of laburnum. So this came to me as a piece of laburnum, but the bark doesn't look quite. Does it look similar? Let's have a look. So this is laburnum, I believe, but you probably tell me this is yew now. But what do you think that is? Do you think that? What's Richard saying it is? Laburnum, right? Good. This is what this is about, guys, because I have no clue, right? But this is supposed to be laburnum as well, and this piece is about 4 or 5 foot long, so it's quite a nice piece. It's been down since 2014, so it's decent. Let's do the big lumps first then. Let's do the identification of the big lumps first. So this is laburnum, right? Good. Thanks for pointing that one out, Rob. I might never have got to that one otherwise, but now we know. Good. So what about this? So this is, I'm told. Well, you can tell me what it is, and then you tell me what you think it is, and I'll then tell you what I was told it was. It's been down since 2014, so don't let the colour bother you too much. I might see if I can get the tailstock cam, the bowl cam on. 2 secs. Just doing a little bit of modification. It's a bit bright, but I'm not going to play with the settings. What do you think this one is then, guys? I was told it was English walnut, and it's from a tree that fell down in the Oundle. You think that's downy birch? This is from a tree that fell down in the Oundle churchyard in 2014, in the storms of 2014. I've got 3 pieces from this. St. Peter's Church, August 2014. Yeah, well, that's what they said it was, English walnut. That's what I was told it was. So I've got this piece, which is kind of decent piece. I've got this piece, which is also from 2014, and is labelled as St. Peter's Church, English walnut, cut down August 2014. here lies the story. So Brian, who I got this this stuff off, was going to churn for the church a couple of candlesticks to replace some that were damaged and broken, and what he said to me was if I could turn him a couple of these candlesticks of a similar kind of shape, this is one of his, but something of a similar kind of shape, and send them back to him, I can have all this wood and all of these boxes. So that's really the story. But I think that's more than fair. Right, so that I've got that piece as well, which is nicely seasoned, nicely dry. It's been inside since 2014. Was properly end sealed, so that should be good. And I've got this piece as well, which is a fair old lump of the same English walnut, about 4 foot long, about 12-inch diameter, about 7-inch diameter. So yeah, so good. Right. Is there anything else on the pile that you guys wanted to look at? Boobinga. Right. So this box looks like fun. I do have some. I'm kind of building things up a bit. But, in this box, I know one item that's in the top of this box. One item only. Does anybody know what this is? Is the picture okay and the sound okay? Does anybody have a clue what this is? He told me what it was, and I'll share that with you in a minute. What bag? Yes, I did, Doug. Thank you. Although I have to be honest, I haven't opened it yet, but I did check it, and thank you for that. This was the end to quite a difficult week, with both my wife and my son quite ill with norovirus at the beginning of this week. So it was nice to get this at the end of the week, I have to say. So this is soapstone. Who said soapstone? Tommy, yeah. And he told me I can turn this on the lathe. I've no idea whether I can and what the impact of it will be and how it will work, but he told me I can use that on the lathe. I can turn that on the lathe. So I guess I'll look it up and try and find someone to a YouTube video to try and find out how to do it. But that was interesting. Right, so let's see what else we've got. What else we've got in here? Marbles. This is all from the home of wood turning. Bag of 50 marbles. I mean, what do you use marbles for in wood turning? Wow, I've got a lot of marbles. What do you? Any ideas? What do I use? What do I use? What do I use marble? There you go, Rob. Just for you, marbles. What am I going to use marbles for? Any ideas? I haven't the foggiest what I would use marbles for. So anyone who wishes to give me a clue, that would be really handy. I'm just going to watch this live chat back for all the advice and information. So this looks like some kind of glass insert. Oh yeah, I guess that was that would have been some kind of ashtray insert or something like that, would you say? Looks like it, doesn't it? I could guess I could use it as a bonbon dish, well, that could be dangerous. What could I use it for? Could be used for dips, chips, I guess. Solitaire boards, good idea, Rob. Good idea. Yeah, so that's quite handy. How many of those have I got? 1, 2, What's this? Oh, don't know what this is. This is like one of those American videos, except you know that this is a real person in a real workshop. Okay, that's unfortunate, isn't it? But at least has a mirror in the bottom of it. That's something, isn't it? Right, what have we got here? Some kind of horn. Not turned horn yet, but I'm guessing it's one of those things that we would all probably turn at some point. Right. What's this? Sainsbury's pure cane golden syrup. Ah, these are rubber bungs for something. They're quite large. I'm guessing. Do you think there'd be pepper or salt or something like that? Do you think they look a bit big? That's a bit more of a neater, smaller size, but that's pretty big. Anyway, that's quite handy. Some big fat rubber O-rings. Right, what have we got here? What's this? Oh yeah, he told me about these. He has no idea what they're for. These are sticky on one side, see-through discs. Oh no, they're not sticky on either side. They're just see-through discs. But again, no real idea what I would use see-through discs. And then there's some plain white discs. Don't know. I'm guessing I could have picked up some stuff that's not meant for wood turning here, but I'm sure there's a use probably for that. Right, what do we have here? Ah, so he told me about these. These are. I wouldn't have known if he didn't tell me that there was some in here somewhere. But these are salt and pepper mill kits. Again from the home of wood turning, which I'm assuming doesn't probably exist anymore. So I've got a bag full of that gubbins. Well, that's a bit posh. It's candlestick spike in brass, shiny, shiny. What's hidden in here? That's a blue. It's a blue glass insert receptacle or something. I guess. So now I'll find a slot for that. This is amazing, isn't it, guys? God knows how much this would cost me today. God knows how much this would cost me today. Right, what are these? Wow. They are quite special. They've got like a cork backing and feels like a very thin aluminium top that's been. It looks like it's been cut with a Sorby, but I'm guessing that it hasn't. I don't know if I can get that any closer. But they're really pretty. Any ideas, guys, what those might be? You think they're coasters, right? But are they coasters just as they are, or well, they kind of are, aren't they? But it feels like they should be. Oh, what are these? And then there's some self-adhesive pieces of cork here, very thin self-adhesive cork. Oh well. They feel like something I could maybe insert into something, I don't know. So they're not a wood, well, I don't know. Must be a reason for that. Okay, some cork backing for coasters. Some holy corks for, I'm guessing, for making bottle stoppers. Is that some kind of big fat test tube for, don't want to break that. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Is that supposed to go in there like that? Maybe. Just happens to, so happens that it fits. These look like some kind of legs. A bit strange, aren't they? But never have enough legs. Well, there's a few legs in there. Right, running out of space. If you're bored, just tell me. But, I still need to. Oh, what's this? What's this newspaper? Should we read something in the news? Oh, more blue. More of the more blue inserts. One of these in there. Wow, so there's another 2 in there. Another 2. Right. Shall we have a look at the news then? Evening Standard, Tuesday, January the 15th, 1974. Right, here we go. Ooh, houses for sale. Henley-on-Thames. Here's a good one. Henley-on-Thames. Modern, double bedroomed apartments. WC lounge, dining room. Oh, wait a minute. Modern. Yeah, apartment. Gas central heating, excellent decorative condition, £14,950. You can't see that, can you? £14,950. Woo! Let's have a look here. Georgian terrace house, 1 year old, central heating, luxury fitted kitchen, 2 WCs, bathroom, fitted bathroom suite, 3 bedrooms, shower en suite, carpeted throughout, fitted, many extras, curtains, etc. £18,350 or very near offer. Awesome. Awesome. There you go. Wanted, modern apartment in Sloane Square or Marble Arch area, £15,000 cash. You're on a joke, aren't you? Right, okay. I was born in 1974, guys, so I can say that, right? But there you go. Always fun to look back at. Back at old newspapers. Sorry to any of you guys that wouldn't class that as an old newspaper. Right, here's a dirty old bag. What's in here? Well, that's a bit of a bit more fancy pepper grinder. More pepper grinder bits. Okay, very good. Right, let's see what we got. So we've got more blue glass inserts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 or so glass inserts. this then? It's a decent looking little clock face, quite nice. I don't know how much those are these days. What does a clock face go for these days? Hey Rob, my wife was born in 1981, so she's way off. £1.40. Oh look, a Lazy Susan. That's a set of bearings for a Lazy Susan. Pretty cool. You know, I would never have thought to have bought this stuff. So many more blue inserts in here. Lots of blue inserts. More brass candlesticks. Oh, fancy barometer movement. All shiny, shiny. What have we got here? What's that? Oh, well, there's a couple of these little clock movements. Quite nice. What's that? Oh yeah, fancy fancy box lids. I think we're about done in this box. Another clock. Right, we're done. We're done. Oh, what are these? Oh, they're cute, aren't they? Little bud vase. Cool. Right, good. I think that box alone is a box of treasures. It's certainly a box of things I would never have bought, because they're what do I say? Things that would never cross my mind to turn generally, but I will now. I'll broaden my horizons. Shame there wasn't any diamonds in there. I guess I would have to give them back. That's the kind of guy I am. Oh, that's the big. I think I did quite well to pack all that back into there. It's easy as that. Turning miscellaneous. That's exactly what it is. Right, that can go in the corner. Right, should we have a look at a box of wood? Because alright, here we go. So, right, I think I'm going to move this to here. I'm going to move that to there. I'm going to turn that camera around my big fat belly to there, and we're going to dip into this box. Right, so he told me what these were. So I kind of know. Or I think I know what this is. Kind of think I know what this is. But you can tell me. I'm told this is ebony. He told me that this was. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. I'm going to move this camera back because I think it was better that way around. You get another angle, don't you? So yeah, I was told this was ebony. I'm wondering if I can just put some light on this. 2 seconds. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Put a light on the subject. So that's ebony, apparently. Is there any way I can think a bit of methylated spirits is probably going to be the order of the day. Let's just give that a go. I'm guessing that's I'm guessing that's probably ebony, you think? And I think he said these were ebony as well, or he thinks this is ebony. Would you agree? When it's got white on it, but I seem to see. What do you think that is? Well, he seemed to think these were ebony, but and this. I don't know what I do with these flat pieces, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with them. That's amazing, that transition between the sapwood and the ebony. Don't want to start trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I've got no idea. But if there's a consensus for ebony, I'll take that. Right, this. I don't know what this is. Does anyone any ideas for this as well? What do we think that is? Any takers? Walnut. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Cool. Good. Right, what's next? This is the. I have shared this with a few people. Let's just by this camera. 2 secs. Right now, isn't it? Let's, do you see that? So that's 65mm by 10 or 12. It is heavy. It was heavy, Richard. Yeah, it was quite heavy. It was quite heavy. That's not very heavy. No, it's not mega. It's not really heavy. It's not really heavy. Yeah. Nice one, Rob. Nice one, Rob. But yeah, £1.65. £1.65. Yeah. So that more Zebrano. That one was a bit more expensive. Look at that. That piece was. I'm guessing that was quite long. That was £6.20. That piece. It's let's see. What's this piece? London plain, or sorry, lacewood. That's lacewood, apparently. A piece of lacewood. I don't know what lacewood. Not really possible to show you any grain on that one. So, got anything else interesting in here? Another little block of. That looks like. I don't know what that is. It's very dark. Very, very dark. I think that's just mahogany. Don't know. Oh, I don't know. It's really bright red. Bright red. Bright red. What's bright red? what that is. Right, so there's nothing else interesting in that box. So some zebrano, some lacewood, and some ebony, and maybe a plank of walnut. Oh, just found another piece of that really heavy ebony. It's quite a nice, quite a nice heavy lump of it. Cool. Right. Cool. Right, we're getting down the list. Right, so now I've got a massive box, but I think I'll save that for a bit. Gav, I'll be watching back a lot of this. Bloodwood, I like the sound of that. That sounds like fun. That does sound like fun. Right. Here's one for Stuart. There's one for Stuart if he's still here. I think a few of us know what this is. The nice old lump. I've got a few bits of it already. I'm quite lucky. But, it's the same as those two bits that I got, and the piece that's been chopped a bit. But, so yeah, nice bit of box. So it could well be lignum. It's very heavy, very, very heavy. Yeah, it's a piece of boxwood, Rob. Yeah, yeah. Again, nicely sealed, so that should be. That'll go in my store of my accumulating store of boxwood, which I'm quite lucky. So I'm going to go into this box now, and we're going to do a quick dive into this box here. Right, that's where that box came from. This is just a piece of poplar. I've got a few small lumps of. Well, he told me it was poplar. Let's see what the consensus is on the bark. Does that look like poplar? Rock hard. Again, been in his drying room, so I think I'm going to have some fun trying to cut out a nice pot from that. More laburnum. I'm guessing that's some kind of walnut. What do you think that is, guys? Whatever it is, it's quite impressive grain, so I need to, whatever I turn with that, I need to take care. Oh, pine there. And then, you think this is fruitwood? It's quite light. Yeah, it could be. And I think this is just, I think that's peeling. It's probably similar. Ah, who said bloodwood earlier? This looks very similar, and they've got paddock on it. I'm sure that that's not the right pronunciation. But it does clean up the same. that's quite nice. Wow, I've got a load of Sapili blank, a few more bits of boxwood. Any ideas? What that might be? An interesting branch. Right, so I don't think I'm going to bore you too much with that. That looks like to be there's a few bowl blanks in there. There's a couple of interesting ones in that big box. So that's quite good. I'm just going to put this away and then we'll get on with some of the techie gear, because I've got some techie gear that I got and I have no clue what they are, so do bear with me for a sec. Well, I'll just clear this off. Right. So bear in mind that a lot of this stuff is really old, I think. It's been knocking around for a while. So let's have a look. You guys are pen turners, so these are ancient. They're quite small. I've noticed that. Some of them are quite small, but they're all. I don't know whether back in the day there was a trend for pre-drilling, but he said he didn't drill them, so it's they look like they've been drilled and cored. Some better than others. But I'm a little bit dubious with some of these that I probably won't be able to use them because they've been better. They've had the holes cut in them, so I guess I need to find out what kind of pen has this diameter tube. There we go. We'll put a light on the subject. It's proper old school. I don't know. 59 pence for a 35 pence, 59 pence for a blank. Is that what they used to be back in the day? That's a tiny one. Look at that. Right, I think we know what they are. Right, should we? Oh, right. So I've shown the guys this earlier. This is an Australia package. To bring this light switch over. Australia. In here is I'm guessing this is specific to I've got some bird's eye she oak pen blank. And then, oh, again, turn it off. Lace shear, woody pear, goldfields burl, curly jarrah, and flame shear. I don't know whether these are these nice? Are these nice? Will these come up nice? These are 15th of April 2003 they've sat in this 15th of April 2003 they've sat in this sat in that bag. So, some nice instructions there. I've no idea what to do with them, Gav. So right now you could probably do a much better job than me, for sure, than I would ever do with these. But and I've no idea what I'm going to do with that. But I guess I just have to. I guess I just have to find a use for it. So some kind of spectraply. Never turned it. It does look like spectraply. There we go. What are these? 5 pieces made in Taiwan. I guess they're some of the slimline kits. More of this spectraply stuff. That's a bit of an oddity, isn't it? Look at that. Bit of a crazy wooden. Match. Someone's taken some time with it. Rubbish. Don't know what that's obviously a jig for something, but made out of OBS. Is there anything exciting in here? Pens aren't my thing, but you know they probably soon will be given the other bit of kit that I went up to get from him. Don't know what that is, but it looks kind of burry. Acrylic. All sorts of bits and bobs in here. Oh, that's the other end to that. Tell you what, someone saved me a lot of time here, I think, by doing all these called out. I'll at least get some practice. What's this? Bit of horn. I think that's probably all there is in there. I say probably all there is. Don't really know what I've got there, but I'm guessing I've got some plenty to be getting on with to practice my pen making. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. That's plywood as well. £1.38 from the Fine Wooden Tool Store in Boroughbridge. Does that place even exist anymore? Don't know. Cool. Find somewhere to put that. Right. Now this was in one of the boxes. I'm guessing it's a piece of diamond white or something like that. Oh. Right. Oh, anyone else tired yet? I'm tired. Right, so What's that? Another pepper grinder. Where's that box? I'll leave it in here now. Oh. Put it all back together again. John Bodies, he just said says Fine Wood and Tool Store, Boroughbridge. That's all it says. Fine Wood and Tool Store. What have we got here? Holy Corks. I think he told me these were pepper mill blanks. Lots of pepper mill blanks. I mean, I don't even know, guys. Is that one pepper mill? I'm guessing I need a top to it, right? I'll have to turn them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pepper mills. 8 pepper mills. Right. Egg timers. A load of these things knocking around. Reminds me of a film that what's that film? Into the Deep. It's got nothing to do with egg timers, but the little vials that are full with drugs in a shipwreck. So I seem to remember quite liking that film as a young child. Like some ferrules. So this is apparently ivory. Apparently that's ivory. Anyway, what I said about that, the better probably. Some more bits and bobs, more pepper grinders. That's some gnarly one. What do you think these are? Well, these are. What do you think they're for? Any ideas what these might be for, guys? It looks like there's purple heart and there's all sorts in these mixed up. Bit of ebony or something, maybe not ebony, but something else quite hard, all exotics. What do you think those are? Any ideas? Alright, that's one more box down. We're getting closer to the moment I should probably show you what I went to Alton to buy. Right. But now I'm going to concentrate tomorrow. This is my office, so I've got all this stuff in here. Right, so we'll just put a top on that for a minute. So the other thing he kindly threw in for me was some dust extraction. So I also got a nice dust extraction port with stand. So yeah, really looking after them. And about 10 meters worth of 10 metres worth of 100mm hose. So. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Yeah, I'd like to try bobbins. Is that what they are? Is that what they are? Bobbin blank. Excellent. Ah. Well, that makes sense given what I'm just about to show you in a minute. So this box of wonders. I need to take the top off this to work out what it is, so I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, that's a beast. But he gave me his pen mandrel. It's a rudimentary one. I've not got one like this, but I have luckily got the Axminster. Gave me this, which I'll probably never use because I prefer using the Formica strips. Earring holder. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. How does that hold earrings then? I assume there's some technique aligned to that I have no clue about, but that's right. So we're coming to a few bits and bobs now. So this, any takers? He couldn't tell me what this was, and I have no clue. It tightens up, or it tightens down. These are all loose. It doesn't have a hole through the back. Okay, so that's a jig for drilling holes on an earring holder. Okay. Cool. I'll look into that. What's this then? And how does it work? Anyone know what this is? I mean, it's pretty simple. There's a ring. These things are set round it. If I was to push that out, they would be able to push in the middle and drop out, I assume. There's nothing particularly complicated about it. But Keith might know. What's this, Keith? Looks like an old, or maybe it's a newfangled thing, but I don't think it is. I think it's as old as all the other stuff I've been showing. So what's this? Anybody know? Any takers? Come on, Keith, make an entrance. What's this for? Right, we'll put that one back in the box. Some kind of wax filler stick. Not interested in that. Right, what else we got? They're a nice colour, aren't they? Quite dinky. Dinky little tool rests. Right, so the ring drive centre, four spur centre, Another ring drive centre with a hole bore through it. Live centre, ring live centre. Well, that's a relatively modern Axminster 4-prong, I think, that one. Miscellaneous beads. What else? This bit sharp. Assuming that's some kind of. Let's all work out what I'm supposed to measure with that. Another live centre. Very, very small. Very, very small 4-prong drive centre. 4-inch faceplate. Tommy bar. Golden Goose. That looks better than the one I've got that I'm using already, so that's quite good. What's this? Gros. Another. Wow, these have got real sharp points on them. Okay, that's it. We're done in there. And some turning length. Right. There is something I want to show in a bit. Right, let's see if we can't. Right, where's the? I mean, does anyone know just by looking at this what? Does anyone know just by looking at this chuck what this? Yeah, they're all Morse taper 2 MT2 rod. Yeah, they're all Morse taper 2 rod. So this is the one that was off my large Vic. And this is the one that was in that box. So they're all MT2. Does anyone recognise this chuck? And interestingly enough, this chuck has a square hole, not one like I'm used to seeing. So, does anyone recognise it? I don't know what the make is yet. I might do in a minute if I pull it out far enough. Well, that's something I've never heard of. Oh. APTC tool mech. You can see that in that one. Yeah, APTC tool mech. Oh, is it any good? All I know is it beats the crap out of my VM100 in terms of size and weight and scale. Where's my? Here's my VM100. 2 seconds. Oh, there you go. See? I'll have to check that out. I think I took it too far, but looks like I've got it back to work. I won't do that again. Well, that's, I mean, it's like men and boys. It's like men and boys. This thing weighs an absolute ton. It's still, it's just over 100, but it's at least a third of the, it's at least a third. This is a VM100. This will fit Axminster drawers, okay. To be honest, it looks, oh, it's not, it's just got a ding out of it. It's a beast. Right. So I think I've pretty much shown you everything that I got now. I don't know if anyone wants to see anything else while I'm here. I suppose I haven't shown you what I actually went to Peterborough for. It would probably be a bit rude if I didn't show you what I went to Peterborough for in the first place, would it? Yeah, it has indexing around the outside, not around the back, Rob. Interestingly, quite different design to some of the ones I've seen. Yeah, the other thing, let me. I've actually been making a workbench for it today, so let's see if I can't. Yeah. So 2 secs. Put one of these in. There we go. It is a bit dinky, I've got to be honest. But yeah, there she is, in all her glory. The M100 with the tiny tools. So yeah, now I've got 2 of them now, but it just popped up on eBay and it said buy me, and it went for a steal, and it turned out an even bigger steal by the time that I put all of that wood and everything else and count all of those things up. What's interesting was this chuck. Yeah, the extension's only 175 quid, Rob, and Simon's got one in stock. He's so Mr. Hope's a clever chap at the moment. He's getting me on. But that massive chuck, that chuck was on this. And doesn't leave much of the bed left, does it? Doesn't leave much room left. So the bed's 350mm between centres. Between centres, not between this centre, but between that centre. Variable speed. Yeah, it's a decent bit of kit, and I feel very lucky to own it. And it's not yet been switched on in my in the workshop, so I'm taking it in my hands a little bit. But, let's see if I can work out how to. There we go. 2003. 2000 and so it's got a 0.5 horsepower. Yeah, this is definitely overkill. Definitely overkill. It will definitely be. I'll be turning spindles on it mainly, right? So, and I'll definitely use my VM100 chip. Yeah, it's cool, Rob. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's got in the end drawer. There's a little drawer in here, bits and bobs. According to the book, it weighs 45 kilos, which I'm surprised at, because it's really heavy. It's really heavy when I come to lift it. Now I've either turned into a weakling or otherwise, but yeah. And to say it's 2003. So back in 2003, Phil Irons was the rep for this. So. And I got yeah, so it's all good. So Gav, maybe, but it'll be given away to my son, hopefully, is the intent, when he's old enough. So I just just getting in ahead of the game, right, for when he wants to take up wood turning. Yeah, he was. He was the sole distributor at the time. I've spoken to Phil about it, actually, because there's an article in the front cover, and he wants some of the literature. I've got some course literature of people training out of his group, like Reiki and others. So yeah. So yeah, and then just to finish off, just to finish off, the chap gave me some quite interesting bits of literature on how to make certain things. He also gave me his auntie's wood turning notes that she took and typed up. So I've got some quite interesting. Look at the size. Look at the size of the paper. Right, that's foolscap, I guess. But yeah, she would go to wood turning demos and write them all up, type them all up as they were back in the day, and then all of her, give me all of his auntie's original wood turning drawings. So there you go, Rob. Look, we've got all these things to practice on. Shapes, Hammersmith College of Art practicals. Look at these hand drawn items ready to turn. There's some quite amazing things in here. Someone's life and work and history, kind of all laid out. Where's if Stuart's still here? I don't suppose Stuart's still here, but I've got a full set of chess pieces in her hand. Yeah, it's something I'll certainly keep and not be thrown away. Yeah, things like how to build an egg spring chuck and template. No idea. Yeah, there's some good ones there, Rob. I'm definitely going to make some, and I might even send them. I might, if they come out decent, I might even send him a couple. It's yeah, all of these kind of designs for boxes and lids with finials, and all by this lady's hand. Jewel boxes. Yeah. How many of us draw it out in cross section like this before we stand up the lathe and turn it? Well, I know for a fact that I don't. It's yeah, look at this. Right. Get this out. I don't know how to do this right. So it starts here, and it goes on and on and on and on. Look at that. Crazy. That's a piece of kit, that is. That's a piece of kit. Yeah, how to do a chalice and rough cherry, and look at that. Bill Jones. Practical screw cutting. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's going to be really, really cool to read some of this. Really cool to read some of this. So yeah, feel quite humbled by this chap who gave me all this stuff, called Brian. We had a few chats, shared my YouTube, shared my Instagram. When I got there, he said you seem like a nice chap. Let's. Well, I'm not sure, Rob. It seemed to me like it's long enough to be some kind of scepter, or something similar. It's huge. It's about 5 foot long. That diagram. I didn't do it justice then by showing it, but yeah. And he gave me some of his library. Well, I know those of you that know, I never knew Mark Baker, but I've got a pristine copy of the very first May 1999 issue of his very first edition of Woodturning magazine. I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. But the other interesting part of that is it has my old lathe in it. It has my old lathe in it, which was the one I had before the VL240. So so that was quite interesting to see when that was new technology. But yeah, I've got quite a lot of AWGB back editions, and uh-oh, that's coming to haunt me. So so yeah, so quite a lot of stuff. Not sure about these. Don't think I quite like those shapes. Things have moved on a bit, haven't they? It's that looks quite nice. But so anyway, I've got nothing else. Barry might be behind in the stream, Rob. Yeah, I've got nothing else to show you, but thanks for hanging out. And if Brian ever comes around to watching this YouTube, which I'm sure he won't, but Brian, thank you for all the wood. Thank you for all the bits and bobs. Thank you for the little Vic. I will enjoy it. Hopefully my son will enjoy it when he's big enough, and then he can enjoy mine when I've my bigger one when I've finished with it. So yeah, and thanks for the advice, guys. Thanks for some of the wood that we've got, and we'll see what we can make on this little big lathe. Phil Irons told me this was the lathe that he always used when he went on his travels. He used to haul this into the back of his cars and make sure that he had that with him. But so that gives me some real positivity. It's very heavy, so I'll be able to turn most things on it. I think I'll make it my box and small item turning machine for a while, and do the big gnarly stuff on the 240, and we'll might hopefully last a little bit longer between them. Anyway. Right, guys, thank you all for joining me. Really enjoyed it. It would have been a slog to go through all that just on my own. So it's been nice to have you guys there to talk things through and just have a look at stuff. And I promise not to bore you too much in the future, as we've been going for an hour and 34 minutes now. That's one of my quicker lives, actually. And given that for the first 10 minutes I was talking to myself while you lot were quite happily chatting away in the live, and I was thinking, how rude of everybody, not one of you said hello, and you're all chatting about Richard's craft fair, but no one's interested in what I'm on here for, to show you my recent purchase. But you know, it turned out that I wasn't even live So so I take it all back. Anyway, thanks everybody, and I'll no doubt see you on a live somewhere sometime soon, or a group, or anywhere. Right? Be nice to meet up in person sometime and have a beer. Really would. Cheers everybody. See you all soon.